We got 4 sweaty nerds on 1 skyblock. Oh, you're probably thinking, yeah, Kane, that sounds like a good time. You're wrong. Boys, I see it. Boys, it is moving. Whoa! Oh, he's beating on me. He's beating on me. We got
guys, I got you.
and the gang.
Tell me.
It's bloody dirt, mate. Oh, sweet Christ. Oh, sweet Christ. Don't go in. Do not go in. This is Modded Skyblock, and there's a lot of tech mods, so bear with a lot of the tech stuff we do. But our main goals in this is to go to the Twilight Forest, defeat some of those bosses, and of course defeat the Ender Dragon with just a little bit of extra tech in our hands. Hey, we even make a swanky looking base. I mean, come on, is this not nice? Is this not good enough for you? But man, that's all I'm gonna say. You know, if you enjoy the video, remember to like, you know, we're trying to hit those milestones, and enjoy the rest of the video. Skyblock, Robin, it's Skyblock.
I love Skyblock.
Let's get some wood, boys. Oh, plenty of land down here.
Oh, I've already got sapling. Yes, we can grow many sheep.
Oh, it's time for a few silly goose moments, baby, because it's day 1 and we plant the sapling, because what else are you going to do? You need more wood. We got to extend the land. We got to grow. It's all about that Bitcoin selling and buying. E-marketing, the whole thing. You know how it is, man. He's already dug himself his own grave. I mean, that's kind of how we're feeling on this series so far. But, I decided to ram my pelvis against some trees.
You know,
oh my god, it makes the trees grow. I just did it.
Yeah, you just gotta shack the
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow.
The trees, they really speak to me. Especially when I stick my dick.
At first, I thought, no, this can't be a coincidence, right? And then I found out it's just a feature that if you just shift or walk through a sapling in this mod pack, it will just grow. So that's useful. We then had to make a classic Cobble generator, as iconic as Skyblock itself. Now this is all well and good, except we messed it up.
Dunk every time. Oh. Well, who put that dirt there?
And yeah, so that was kind of a waste of these limited resources we got. Oh, you're really giving that one a good go. Oh. Ah. We then remade the cobblestone generator, so all was fine, because everybody had a bucket of lava and everybody had a piece of ice. So everything was fine. We got some stone tools, and we expanded the island even more, so nobody just slipped on a banana peel and fell to a brutal, painful death. We then discovered there's quests in this mod pack. If you press E, top left, there's a book. Click it, opens this huge thing of quests, and you can get rewards for your quests. And one of these quests, I can't really remember which one exactly it was, but it's probably on the screen. You can get a bone pickaxe, and this pickaxe had like efficiency 5, and it was speedy, my friends. It was speedy. So we will be doing a few quests throughout the video, and I'll show them where I can and what rewards I got for doing them. This is just a starter house. You know, we can shove our stuff in some chests in there. On day 3, I was looking into ways we could get more storage, because chests are boring, and this is modded Skyblock. So I found there's something called drawers. Now drawers can hold one type of item, but they can hold a lot of that one type of item. So say I put wood in there, it can hold 32 stacks of wood, I'm pretty sure it is. So not bad, and you just punch it to get a piece of wood back out. So it's useful. We also made an item called a crook. Now when you get a crook and you smack a few leaves, you get a silkworm. And you can eat these silkworms if you cook them. Delicious snack, Robin's favorite. Very nutritious, good for you. Vitamins. And then we made a sieve. Now, sieves are major in this. Because that's the only way you're going to get your ores, right? Oh, what's one more than 3? 4. And that's what day it is. But before we could use this sieve, we had to find a way to get string, because that's what a mesh is made of. So we're like, Jimmy Wickets, mate. Where on Great Googly Wiggly are we gonna find some string to? And then we made the wild discovery. If you take a silkworm and right-click a leaf, that silkworm just starts infesting all the leaves, and they all turn white, and they fill up with other silkworms. And when you break these leaves, you then get string as well as more silkworms. So once we gathered up a bit of string, you know we had to make some wool and make beds. Boom! Now I'm pretty sure for making a bed, we got the quest reward for making a bed, which gave us a sleeping bag. Now I don't need 2 beds. I don't know about you, But one does the job just fine. But now, hey, we got multiple beds in a sleeping bag now, so can't complain. And Asa finished his house on day 4. Day 5, I made a real fat hammer. Now, this is a bunch of little hammers in one big hammer. Now, what does this big hammer do? If you break cobblestone with it, you'll get gravel back. Now, this is good because now we made the mesh. Now, the mesh goes in the sieve, and if you get gravel, put it through the sieve with the mesh, you'll get some pebbles back. But you can also get flint. Now, what's good about this is if you get a lot of flint, you can then make a flint mesh. So I had to make a flint mesh, and then if we put the gravel through the flint mesh, we could get ore pieces. Now, stay with me here, boys and girls. Stay with me. These ore pieces can be put into like a 2x2 in a crafting table, and you get an ore chunk. Now, if you cook this ore chunk in a furnace, you get the ingot. We then started to make a 4-way cobble generator. That's because we all had lava, but there's also a quest that gave us more lava. So the bit we lost at the start, we managed to get back. On day 6, we finished the 4-way cobble gen. So it was cobble for days. You just stand there, you bash the stone. Admittedly, like half of it flies up into the lava. So is it even more efficient? I don't know. But we also made a tree farm, or more of an area to keep the trees, because before we were just chucking them in the middle of the island, and it was getting really annoying. Day 7, we spent the day getting more iron pieces to make those iron ingots from the mesh. With our first few iron ingots, what we did was make an iron mesh. That's right, we're upgrading from the flint. And now we do this because it gives us a higher chance to get better things from sieving gravel. And it even means that we can get some juicy, juicy diamonds.
Good if you guys didn't stand right.
Oh, I got a diamond! Day 8, we started a small farm. And we also made an infinite water source finally. I don't know why it took us so long. Probably could have been, you know, terrible disaster, but we have finally made one. We also figured out how to make dirt. You make a barrel and you can fill it with leaves or saplings and that kind of thing, and you will get dirt back from this barrel.
One more, maybe?
It's bloody dirt, mate! From day 9 to 10, me and the boys make a little storage room because we just keep getting more and more stuff, and you get so many ore pieces from sieving the gravel. So we got this nice storage room. You walk in, we got labeled chests, we got barrels, we got it all going on, and it's all sorted. So hopefully we'll use it. And I can tell you now, I know for a fact we don't use it. But look, we're lazy people, all right? We're lazy people. Look, I'll be honest with you, we're not very good at Minecraft. And we're worse at mods. We just don't, we never play them. We just don't know what we're doing. So we're learning as we go. You're probably a pro in comparison. So sorry if we're being dumb in some places. But on day 11, I was going to make a coal generator so we could have some power for whenever we needed it. And so I made all the parts, and then I realized I need redstone. So I can't make it yet, because I didn't know how to get any redstone. So instead, I spent the rest of the day just trying to get 2 diamonds. I just wanted 2. Simply just 2 diamonds, so I could make a diamond mesh. And I didn't get a single one. Asa got 1, so we only need 1 more, but I didn't get it. Day 12 to 14, we built a mob grinder, and it really works. Anytime there's a sky block or a 1 block or anything like that, the mob grinder's mwah, beautiful, delicious, tasty, like a French cuisine, my boys. It worked a treat. XP for days and days. It does, however, cast a fat shadow, which spawns a lot of mobs. We deal with that. Day 15 to 18, I began building my house. Because, you know, I ain't gonna live with the peasants. I need my own house. And, of course, because I think I'm better than everyone, I have to raise it up above the peasants, my boys. Now, keep that as a KanesAce motto. Beautiful building. Architecture off the charts, really. I mean, this is a work of art, and, well, it looked quite ugly, really, so I just chucked leaves all over it, but, hey, look at these hedges. These are modded hedges. Not bad. In 19 to 22, we built a farm area. You know, we just had the farm just plonked on the side of the island, but now we've finally made a bit of a roof, and we got a whole bridge going on. We got a barn. Look at all this wheat we got in the barn. I mean, it's crazy. Day 23 to 24, everyone comes together, except Dylan, because he hates building. I mean, you know, make fun of him in the comments all you want. He deserves it. And we make a boat. Yeah, just a boat. It's purely visual. Don't go thinking, oh, it's modded. The boat might fly across the skies. We just made it for a kind of nice looking place. I mean, Robin could live there if he wanted to. And what's pretty convenient is that trees grow pretty instantly. You literally run through the saplings and they've grown. So we don't have to wait on trees to grow or use any bone meal. So it's just straight building, and this is that finished result. And I actually really like how it looks. It's kind of steampunky in a way. Just this like floating airship. Hey, 200 days we build a fleet, huh? How about that? 25, I figured out how to get clay. And we needed clay because I have to make a crucible to get like infinite lava. And a crucible is made of clay. So to get clay, you need a barrel, right? And here's a lovely barrel, and it's filled with water. You then get dust. And how you get dust is by taking that fat hammer I got earlier, smashing up the gravel. You then get sand. You then smash up the sand. You then get dust. And you mix that dust in with the water, and it will become a block of clay. So I then make this crucible, fill it with cobblestone and sand, whatever will go in it, and that makes lava, and you just scoop it up with a bucket. On day 26, Asa made another farm area, used a bit of dark oak. We got all these saplings, by the way, through quests. So we got a spruce one, we've got dark oak. And for the rest of day 26 all the way to day 28, I was getting lava so we could prepare to go to the Nether. And this takes a long time because you have to fill this crucible full of cobblestone, and then you only get 4 buckets of lava. And it takes a long time for it to get through that cobblestone, so that's why it takes so long to get obsidian. Oh me, oh, I just came back from my pool with all my many women. But, you don't want to hear about that. Don't worry about that. Day 29, we prepared to go to the Nether, and we went in, right? And we go in the Nether after preparing, getting ready, and we're a little bit disappointed because it's a skyblock in the Nether as well. We were like, oh, we'll go to a bastion, but no, it's the same in the Nether. And so we make a big platform there, hoping some stuff will spawn, and oh sweet Christ, oh sweet Christ. No, this is don't go in. Do not go in.
What's in there?
Oh, it's your worst nightmare and more. It's your entire family, Asa. Your entire family tree's in there. They're all huddled together. No, don't go in. Dude, you're gonna regret it. And we discover stuff is definitely spawning. It's most certainly spawning. And after my quick escape, only mere moments later, there's a siege on the entire base. And it is suddenly a battle to the death with a gang of pigs. We got Pepper and a gang.
Tell me.
There's more.
There's
more coming through.
What up?
Come here. There's a
welcome.
Oh.
To the safe house. It's okay, I'll beat him up.
And after defeating all the pigs, we block up the portal, save the day, and vow to never return. Day 31 to day 34, we build an enchanting tower. And then I realized, I can't make an enchantment table, because I need a book for that. And we can get leather, but we can't get any paper. So was this pointless? Yes. However, I realized I've been very dumb the entire time. And there's a super easy way to make paper, which we don't realize till, I don't know, like day 50 or later? So, yeah, that's a bit awkward, but we get by without the enchants. But at least we have the tower ready for when we finally realize how big of dummies we've been. Day 35, Robin started to make a pond because we discovered that fish just spawn in, like, the running water that we had, for, like, safety if we fell off the island to catch the water. There's just fish inside of it. So there's a new source of food. But also we figured it's because we're in an ocean biome for some reason. And there's just stinky little fishies all over the place. So Robin makes this pond, and so we can get some fish out of there and fish inside of it. And look at this lovely palm tree. It's like you're in the Bahamas. And I got some really sweaty nuts because, that's summertime, so I went AFK to sort my nutsack out. But I did also make a cobble generation block. This literally just makes cobblestone for free. Day 37, I built something called a pedestal. Now, these things are a little cracked. You can use these pedestals to get them to generate infinite cobblestone. And again, it's for free. So I've got 2 different ways to generate infinite cobblestone. So I set those both up and got them going. I then got a diamond from sieving so I can make a diamond mesh. Then I saw you can make an emerald mesh, and we already had enough emeralds to do this. So we went straight from diamond to the emerald mesh. And this emerald mesh allows us to get redstone. Now on day 38, having some redstone, I could finally make that cold power heat generator thing block from earlier that I wanted to make. Jolly good that I made it, mate, because on day 39, I made a auto compressor. Now this will speed up the whole process of getting cobblestone, smashing it to gravel, then smashing it to sand, and then smashing it to dust if I need it. What this does is I can put let's say a stack of cobblestone in the compressor. It will compress it into about 4 blocks, right? Or something like that. I can then break these compressed cobblestone blocks, and I'll get all the gravel that I would have if I broke them all individually. It's just a massive time saver. The only thing is, this needs to be powered, this machine. But you know, I got that coal generator now, so it's fine, it's fine. I also discovered for some reason sieving dust has a chance to drop blaze powder. But that's good because, you know, in the Nether there was no blazes. So to get those Eyes of Ender, we're gonna need that blaze powder. We also found out that you can sieve crushed netherrack. And how do you get netherrack? I'm hearing you ask. Well, what you do, my friends, you know that crucible we made earlier filled with lava? All you gotta do is get a bucket of lava, put it in one of those barrels we also made earlier, which we used to make stuff like the clay and dirt. And then once this barrel's filled, you right click it with some redstone and you've got your first piece of netherrack. Now, from crushed netherrack, there's a few things we can get, but something of note is that we can get netherite scrap, and it's not even that rare. I mean, it's fairly common, to be honest. So what we decided to do is make a pedestal to generate some netherrack for us to use and sieve to get that sweet netherite scrap and some other nether items that we can't get. So on day 40, in order to generate this netherrack, I needed to get a nether brick block. Now, if you don't know, you just cook a piece of netherrack and you get a nether brick. So I needed 4 pieces of netherrack. So I had to do the whole lava process and the redstone stuff to get all my netherrack, make a nether brick block, put that nether brick block down. I then made another pedestal, put it on there, and that's infinite netherrack right there. 41 to 44, Asa made his second house. I told you he'd make 2, and he went and did it. And it looks a lot better than the first one. I mean, his first house we kept there, and a lovely building it is. Very homely in here, very spacious. He had to make this giant platform just to knock it up for the fellas. A fine product, if I do say so myself. Day 45, we made a heavy sieve. Now, all this does is let you use compressed blocks and sieve those instead. So, you know, I got that auto compressor, so I could now compress like a stack of gravel into only 5 compressed gravel blocks, right? And I can just sieve those 5 compressed gravel, so it just saves me loads of time. And it only costs a few logs to make this heavy sieve anyway. So, a job done, dude. Christ, I gotta crack open a cold one. Like, it is so hot in here, man. It is like I'm in a sauna. Oh, delicious tropical crush. 846, because Dylan's a lazy piece of... We built his house for him. Me, Robin, and Asa came together, built my guy a house, and it's a nice house. We didn't, you know, we could have given him a little dirt hut, you know, put him in with the rats where he belongs to be. But we didn't. We gave him a nice house. Leaves again, just because it makes the house look nicer, I think. Gave him a bench out front so he can sit and watch the kiddies go by like he does. There's pebbles, there's one room, but that's all he needs, really. He doesn't own many things. 848, a wandering villager turned up on top of Ace's roof. And I went up and saw his trades. There isn't much we can really trade for. There's nothing we need that desperately. So, you know, I just left him to die murdered by the zombies or fall off the edge. But then just when you thought you were done with villagers, zombie villager shows up. So I lure him into my house, lock the front door. But sadly, he suffered a fateful end. And I'm not really sure how or when, but he did just disappear. But don't worry, because another one came later down the line. And it ain't just any old average zombie villager. 49 to 53, I'm making a jetpack. It is a wooden jetpack. Yeah, it's made of wood, but I don't know how it works, but it does. So what I gotta do is make a leather strap first. Now, we haven't got any cows, but how we can get leather is through the mob grinder. Some mob drops some stuff that all you do is put it in your inventory crafting table, and then there's your leather. So I make this leather strap, but then I gotta make a wood thruster. And then to make the wood thruster, I need these things as well. So I have to make a bunch of those. And then just when you thought that was it, I have to make a wood capacitor as well. And that takes these things. It's just a load of basically. But I did make the jetpack. And then it was like, oh, hang on a minute. I've made this jetpack and I need a mechanism heat generator to charge it. This takes so long because I can't just go get an iron ingot. I have to go get the cobblestone, make it into gravel, then I have to sieve it, and there's only a chance I get iron ore piece. And then I have to make it into chunks, and only then can I cook it, and you barely get any. So doing even just a small little machine takes a lot of work. So Dylan informed me I was actually being a fat dummy because the coal generator I made earlier was fine, but instead I made a mechanism heat one for absolutely no reason. Anyway, here's me enjoying that jetpack. I plan to make a better one later in the video that isn't... Yeah, I just got sour memories with this one. During these days, I also made a black hole unit, and now what these are is a form of storage that's like the barrels I mentioned earlier, but can store way more. So I had to make one of these, which, let me tell you, isn't the easiest recipe. Here you can see me banging it all together, because I was going to use this to transport all the cobblestone straight out of the cobblestone generator block into here, so we could just come and click this instead of having to open the chest, and, you know, the chest is only limited, so we can't get that much out of it. So I'm a scientific mind, basically. 54, we didn't do very much. I did make a hopper to make it so the cobblestone will come out of the generator block and into the black hole thing I was just talking about. I was going to use some kind of like transport pipes, but they were quite difficult to make, so I had to wait a little bit until I started those. 55, I found there's a thing called a auto-sieving. It automatically sieves items you feed into it. So now this is good. This is good. This is gonna up our productivity. So I spent day 55 making that. And for doing that, I got a quest done which gave me a name tag. And if you rename this name tag to any Minecraft player, it will make the little man inside the auto sieve change to their skin. Now this leads me on to day 56. All the way down to day 59. So yes, we do have coal power, but we don't really get a lot of coal, and it barely provides any power. But I will fix that problem later, but for now, I need some cables to wire up all these machines. And funny enough, to make cables, you need steel. And to get steel, I'm gonna need a Metallurgic Infuser. So I make this Metallurgic Infuser, right? Not the simplest recipe, but, you know, after I cook up the pieces and the chunks, we do have the stuff to make it. And then this Metallurgic Infuser needs to be powered. And the only way I can do that without cables is with a battery. But lucky for me, we got a battery through one of the quests. So I chuck this battery into the coal generator, fill up with energy, throw it back in the Metallurgic Infuser. Metallurgic Infuser now has power, and this will get me steel dust. Once I put the steel dust in a furnace, I can get a steel ingot. And then I can make steel, and then here you can see me making some cables with just a bit of redstone as well. I went to make a potion room. Now, if you're anybody who knows anything, and you've got all your marbles in one bag, then you'd know that to make a potion, you need a brewing stand. And to make a brewing stand, you need some blaze rods. Now, we can get blaze rods. We can get blaze powder, but no blaze rods. Unless I make an enrichment chamber, and I put blaze powder in that, and we can get some blaze rods. Like, it's not a crazy recipe, it just takes me some time to do. And just like that, we get some blaze rods. Oh yeah, by the way, auto sieve now working and functional. Look at him slaving away, right where he belongs. No food, no drink, just working hard for the boys. I need you to prepare yourself for this one, because this is probably the best build I think I've done in any of my videos. Well, I say I don't want to take no credit, because all four of us, including Dylan, actually came together for this one. And this was really only possible because we can make trees grow in an instant by running on them. This potion room is a gigantic tree. And here you can see me putting some leaves down, and it all came together, and this took 6 days. Day 60 to 66 this took. All hands on deck, nut sacks looped up, ready to build, And it came out real nice. I really like it. It's kind of overgrown. There's some vines on there. Please come join me for the tour. I'll admit the inside isn't as grand as the outside, but it's got some cool decorations, like these invisible item frames over here. You know, stuff is... We got like armor stands, the whole kind of deal. Obviously, the one brewing stand in the middle, you only really need one. I never understand why people have so many. You only use one. Couple of lanterns, you know, it's the good decoration. It's that witchy kind of feel, a magic tree, the lifeblood of the island. But hey, tell me what you think about the tree in the comments. It does go through a little bit of a seasonal change later in the video. It was on day 67 that I was getting real sick of this non-renewable gaseous fumes filling out all over the place. So it was time to switch to wind power. I'm talking an air turbine, wind generator, right? And so to get that, your boy needed some alloys. Your boy needed some electromagnetic coils. And as well as that, your boy needed a little bit of steel. And with that, I've made a wind turbine. Now I can just hook this up to the system. It just generates power straight from the wind. And everything's powered, no more need for coal. And then after being a dummy for the past 60-something days, on day 68, we finally got the enchantment table because we realized that we can get books from smashing trees up. We get the sawdust stuff, and we just put it in a free, like, just straight in a line that crafting table, and you get paper. So we now make the enchantment table. And there's some cool enchantments, man. We go up there and it's stuff like beheading and displacement and all these crazy things. But I didn't really read too much into it. I had a lot of XP by this point, so I got a lot of high-level stuff. And this wasn't a bad time to get enchantments either, because we were just about to go to the Twilight Forest. So from day 69 to 75, it's Twilight Forest time. And why does this take up so many days, I hear you ask? Because this mod is huge. I mean, you must not play a lot of mods if you don't know what Twilight Forest is, so I won't go too into detail. But this mod's got so many bosses, biomes, creatures. We kind of just focused on doing the bosses, and you got to do them in order as well. So first we got on the forest, we're looking around, yeah, there's some cool little critters and crawlers, new woods and stuff. And the first boss you have to defeat is the Naga. I said Naga? I'm gonna call it Naga, because I think it's Naga. And this is a big, long snake, right? But we get to where its base is, and Optifine, you know the mod Optifine, right? Helps with your frames. It doesn't work very well with Twilight Forest. Basically, you can't see the snake's body, so it's just a head. And this is one speedy mother... Boys, I see it. Boys, it is moving. It's just a head. It is just a head. Whoa! Oh! Oh! Alright, we've cornered him, boys.
Well, that's destroying things.
It's pissed off. Give him the business. I'm chasing him down. Beat him up!
I can't hit it.
It looks so stupid, it's just a little head. Oh, baby!
Let's go. Even those
I got
scales.
some weird stuff.
You got the
I got
scales?
some weird stuff for you, man.
I got some scales.
But after that, we decided to go and fight the Lich. That's the next boss you need to fight. And then we headed to the Lich's tower. Now, the Lich had a lot of skeletons going on the whole way up. And they were giving me nothing but the business the entire time. Like, I took so many arrows to the forehead. It was just abysmal, so we just ran straight to the boss fight, so we didn't have to deal with it. Now, the Lich has these shields up, and what you have to do is knock things back at him, his projectiles, and it'll break his shields. And then he's vulnerable for attacks. More slaps, and that is the end of the Lich. Let's go!
I just got a bunch of cheeky goblin loot.
He drops this scepter, which creates some zombies that help you, but what we really needed was this scepter to go and fight the other bosses. The next boss we come across is some big Yeti man. Now this big Yeti man needs business. We've walked straight into his cave, and there's so many mobs. There's so many mobs. I don't think there's meant to be this many. There's not even this many, like, half of these aren't even from Twilight Forest. So this was a little overwhelming, and I think we're a bit underprepared. So what me and Robin decided to do while Acer and Dylan held off the critters and crawlers is just run in for some smacks on the Yeti, run back out, heal up, and then run back in. Oh, that's big damage. Ooh, that's not
that
good.
was some big damage. Time to get back out.
Yeah, it's like run in, get some hits, run back out.
Not this little yet again.
Boop, boop. Oh, he's picked me up. He has picked me up. He has
Let's get him.
manhandled
Oh, I can't
me
get
beyond belief. This was working great until the Yeti was like, you know what, mate? I reckon you're taking the piss. And then he walked out and came at us. And he said to me... Oh, Jesus, you saved my life, man. Like, he had me up. But I blasted this kid like the toilet after Mexican, dude. Like, it was violent, dirty, and obviously we had to flee from the crime scene after picking up his fur. I did also get this drippy helmet, though, and damn am I looking good. Then went to fight the Snow Queen. Her base is just one fat gradient of a tower. And there's penguins everywhere, but don't worry about those. We go in and there's just parkour and darkness. I'm sorry if the footage is a little dark. I'll do my best to brighten it up in some areas. There's a few icy lads around, but we just kind of ignore them and keep going. We come to this big room with some parkour up, right? And there's ice. We gotta break through the ice to continue the parkour. And just like that, we're suddenly in the boss room. There's barely even a challenge to get up here, and now we're being attacked.
Oh, she's kind of bad though.
Now this woman's attacks are, well, they're not great. They're not, I don't know if it's not finished, but she like dives down at you at a certain time, and when she dives down, you can hit her. You can't hit her while she's floating because she's just invulnerable from the bottom. As you can see, we're just desperately trying to swing at her. And then she flies down to the floor, breaks through the ice, gets a little stunned, and you can smack her in the face. Just backhand her. Backhand her right around the chops. A woman can only take so many backhands until she's not keeping up anymore. And that's when we defeated the Snow Queen. And she dropped a cool head. So I won't go into what Robin did with it. Jesus Christ. There is more to the Twilight Forest, but this is the kind of point where we decided, you know what, this is a Skyblock video. You know, we won't spend much longer in here because it's taking up time where we could be doing Skyblock kind of things. So we decided to leave the Twilight Forest, and maybe if we do a 200 days, we'll do the rest of the bosses. I decided we need some fence around our area just to make it seem more homely and not just wood floating in, you know, in the void. So I put a fence around. And Ace has started to make the new portal. That's right, new portal. We had to move it because the old portal was just kind of squatted in the middle of our area, and we kind of had it closed off because we didn't want pigs flying through at us. On day 77, we decided it was time to automate our cobblestone sieving and generation and crushing and the whole thing. So what we did was I made a crusher to turn the cobblestone generated into gravel. And while doing that, everyone else made a bit of a platform for where we were going to move all the technology, because right now it's just plonked down right in the middle of who knows where. Day 78, we placed the machines down, all the old ones and the new crusher I made, and I set up all the wiring so they all have power, and it's just an automatic system. Day 79, Asa finished the portal area. And, I went in and I looked at it and I thought, wow, that's pretty good, Asa. Pretty good job, buddy. And then I had to go and eat some dinner because, you know, your boy was getting a little hungry. And I had a lovely pizza, just for your information. Lovely cheese, mozzarella, you know, the whole lot. It was really nice. Day 80 to 83, we explored the B dimension. Now, I know what you're thinking. What is the B dimension? Well, what you have to do first is get a tree with a beehive. And how do we do that? Well, we plant a sapling by some flowers. We then just grow that tree many a time, many a time, until it has a beehive. And once you get that tree with a beehive, you get an ender pearl, and you launch it into the beehive. Dude, I know you think you're about to squash like 1,000 bees, and there's, you know, bee guts and anuses everywhere, but it's not the case. You end up inside the beehive in a beehive dimension. Now, this place is cool, right? It's got a nice look. It's like, all right, it's a beehive. It's a beehive. I get it. It's a beehive. Sweet Jesus.
We're free.
And there's
We're
bees.
free from the hive.
Hello.
Diamond honeycomb block.
Sure. Now, I didn't really know what to expect. We spent some time looking for a boss. I don't think there's any bosses. There's no real structures. There's these, like, diamond honeycomb and gold honeycomb. But it's quite a complicated mod, we found out. You can, like, harvest the bees and get them to mutate and do jobs for you and get ores. But it was a little late for us to dabble into that, and no one really wanted to be honest. So we just had a good look around the dimension. We found this room full of, like, bee larvae, right? And like larvae, not lava. Saw these cute little bees in here, so I wanted to pick one up. So I broke the block, and that just pissed them all off. And then they all started attacking.
There's a mini bee.
So we had to retreat out of the beehive, and now we couldn't figure out how to leave. So I had to do a little bit of googling, and it said dig straight up or dig down. So upon digging straight up, we managed to get to the top of the beehive. You break the top, jump through, and it spawned us on top of our island. Luckily, we were going in separate holes, so I said, wait, stop, we'll go one at a time. And I had an ender pearl so I could throw it down, and everyone else did as well, because we had to get one to throw in, and we assumed we'd have to do the same to get back out. So I threw an ender pearl down, and I managed to safely get back down to the island. And now I hate bees. You remember my old jetpack? Have you noticed that I haven't used it? Yeah, that's because it sucks. So instead I made a new one. Now this was a mechanism jetpack, and it's way better in every way, shape, and form. Now it's really not easy to make. There's some stuff I don't usually make, and just the steel and all that's going on. But I do make this jetpack. I'll gloss over the process because it's a lot of what I've explained before, but just again and again, to make other things. And after all of that gets combined, your guy, your boy, your main man, Kane, makes a jetpack. And once again, I was a bit dumb because I forgot I have to charge it. And I was trying to fly the thing and it wasn't working. To charge it, I need an electrolytic separator. I've probably butchered the name, but basically it takes water in and separates the water and the hydrogen and uses the hydrogen to charge the jetpack. So I also had to make an electric pump, get an infinite source of water, power this electric pump. The water goes through the pump, through the pipes, into this electrolysis separator, and it separates it, and I can finally start charging my jetpack. And here you can see it's filling up with hydrogen, and here's me having a wonderful time enjoying a jetpack, as I should be. I then leave it to charge fully, because I only charged it a bit, and then I will put it on again later. It's time for the end, so day 89 we began to prepare. So I brewed up a few potions, and now's a good time to mention actually how we got Neverwar. Hold up, quick intermission. Compressed zombie villager. That is right, I told you earlier that we'd get another zombie villager, and we got a compressed one. That's what's special about him. But yeah, we'll get back to him a bit later. And it was quite a hearty process, but I didn't get any clips of it or write it down earlier, so I'll tell you now. So what you gotta do is take a piece of dirt, chuck it in the Metallurgic Infuser, fill it with some mushrooms, which we had to get from the Twilight Forest because we don't have another way to get them. That I know of, at least. There probably is a way. And the Metallurgic Infuser then takes all this mushroom, puts it in the dirt, and we get a piece of mycelium. You then take this piece of mycelium and go up to a barrel, right? You know, you can fill those barrels with water. Well, what we do is we put the mycelium in that barrel of water, and it becomes witch water. Then take a piece of sand, right-click it on the witch water, and you get a piece of soul sand. You then have to take the soul sand over to a sieve, sieve the soul sand, and there's a chance for Neverwart, but once you get your first Neverwart, you can just start a farm with soul sand and keep growing it. Then time for me to make some diamond armor with the diamonds we had from the auto sieving and cobble generation. We had enough diamonds for me to get a couple pieces, so I got nearly full diamond, and I went and enchanted it with some beautiful, beautiful level 30 enchants. For some reason, it doesn't take XP away, like barely any. There's probably some mod that I just don't know about, but I'm not complaining. On day 90, we were ready to go to the end, and we knew we had to make an end cake to get there, because obviously there's no strongholds. So you have to make an end cake, and you just eat a slice of the cake to get to the end. However, when I looked at the recipe for this, it said we needed a cake. Now, sometimes I'm a bit of a dummy. Now, there's a few problems with this. One being we need an egg, and there's no chickens around. The other being we need a bucket of milk, and I don't see a goddamn cow anywhere around here, except your mother. And she's all out of milk, bad man, so we had to come up with a better solution. And lucky for us, there is a compressed zombie villager that I lured into my house. The other one did die, but this one I managed to bring into my house a few days ago, and I've locked him up in there nice and tight. So you know what we had to do, my friends, my boys? Because I'm a Minecraft pro, I know that you can get a cake from a villager trade. Now, what is a compressed mob, I hear you ask? Well, it is 8 mobs packed into one. So say it's a compressed sheep, you kill that first compressed sheep, and 8 more sheep pop out. So we'd be getting 8 villagers if this all went well. And we were going to cure all 8 of them at the same time. Now this took from day 90 to 94 because Asa went off to make them a village. While I made 10 golden apples and a couple of splash weakness potions. And I mean, this was kind of just how it went curing them. 1, 2. Alright. Alright. Here they are. There's a lot of children. There's a lot more children than first anticipated. We're going to throw the first weakness over in that corner. I think that basically got all of them. But
Wait, there's a chicken there.
Oh, they're getting out. They're getting out.
Why is there a chicken in here?
We'll just
Hey.
Alright, he's gone out.
Hey,
He can't get out the door.
Oh,
We'll just throw that in there.
look, come down here.
He's beating on me. He's beating on me.
Oh, if we stay alive, it'll just infect them when they heal. Wait, when they infect each other, when one heals.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We need to separate them all because like there'll be like half a second in between, like each of them transforming.
Okay, so we need an evacuation operation.
Oh!
What did you do?
I closed it. No.
Oh.
Right, we need to separate these two.
Get
Yeah.
them over here.
Right, we need to separate them because one's
Maybe
about
I
to
can-
transform in 8 seconds and the other one's gonna
Where
start.
did the
Well,
baby
that
go?
is
Hit
quite.
the farmer away, hit the farmer away, hit the farmer away. Get in the corner, get in the corner. Oh, yeah.
We got our first
And
one.
And then the farmer's gonna do it, but I don't know about the ones on the outside. Like, the ones on the outside are probably just gonna die. Or get reinfected. Yeah, 3, 2, 1, and the farmer's back.
Oh! Okay. They can come up and drop in. Hey, good job.
Well, there's another one.
All right,
secured.
we've captured 2 more. Well, they managed to save some that nearly burnt brutally to death out here. And by some, I mean
Yeah.
a single soul.
Well, that's pretty good because we got, what, 5 out of 8?
And after curing them, we had to bring them back to the village we've made for them, which was a kind of whole ordeal in itself.
Oh, I'll get like a loom.
Oh, I don't know about you guys, but I'm off.
I guess that also could work. I mean,
Right, the other one's not around. Oh, there we go.
You guys are really having trouble.
well, look,
I'm off, mate.
I've never been a ladies' man. Right? How are you just
Yeah,
picking
I'm
them up?
off
How are you doing
around
that? And you
too.
got another one trailing behind.
Well, I got 2, you got 1, Kane's got 1,
my
so
guy
that's
just
4.
got out of the
Oh, no
boat,
problem.
walked along the
Yeah.
fence, and went over here. Then discovered that you can literally shift right click and pick up the villager and put him back down.
You know?
Yo!
What if you like, oh, can I have my out back now?
You didn't even need
I
to
don't wanna-
include it. This is awful.
We then went up to our farmer villager and traded him up till his level 4 trade. And wouldn't you guess
Bam.
it, it was a cake for
Cake,
1 emerald.
baby.
So kind of a bargain. Woo! And now to make this cake, we also needed end crystals. But luckily from creepers, there's now this new drop that drops these weird sack things, which can be crafted into gas tiers. So I made my end crystals and then we made the end cake. But on day 94, it was time for the Ender Dragon fight. I strapped up with my jetpack and enchanted my bow with a juicy level 30. I had this enchant that let me just pull back and instantly it was at full strength. So the second we got in the end, I'm just flying up and shooting every crystal. It's a little overpowered and the Ender Dragon isn't updated, so... You know, he's not modded at all. So after blasting all the crystals, we just bully the poor guy.
Oh no, I need to get closer.
What the? I think I've got a pretty boring bow. What are you doing up there, Kane?
It's a good bow.
Ah, you're gonna kill me, Dylan.
Oh, I just looked at his health bar, guys. It's okay, I'm gonna go in for the final blow. Oh.
Hey, finish him off. Oh, you just got set fire. You have to snipe him out of the sky.
Oh!
Okay.
Let's go! Oh, jeez. Oh. And like that, the fight is finished and we collect up the XP. It wasn't very long because we're pretty stacked on gear and, you know, we were well prepared. And then we went to go to find the end city, because we're in 1.16, so I assumed there would be, you know, as you kill the Ender Dragon and go to the end city. But to our surprise, we get there and there is no chorus fruit, there's no end city. It's very suspicious. So we have to just head back. There's just nothing there, so sorry if you wanted to see that. But it gives us more time to do other stuff. Such as on day 95, I got Netherite. You know, I got that diamond gear now. And you know, I have all that Netherite scrap. Well, I decided to feed a bunch of crushed Netherite into the auto sieve. And I got a lot of Netherite scrap. So I just made a Netherite chestplate. And from day 96 to 97, we made a trophy room to display all the heads of the Twilight Forest creatures and the dragon egg. Now, from the outside, this is a very big building, but you walk in and you kind of discover it's really not very big, and it's just these heads. But, you know, I got some cool signs here. You're welcome to read. Enjoy those. Suck them in. But that was day 96 to 97. On day 98, we decided to spruce up our Twilight Forest portal a little bit. Made this little flower out of glass. I like it. I like it. You know, it's all Twilight Foresty plants. You know, go nature, big ups. Day 99 to 100, what we did was we went up on the big tree and we changed all of the leaves to pink wool. Just because we thought it would be a cool little thing to do and it might look better than the green. So now it's like a cherry blossom tree. And everyone had to come together for this one. And I also thought it would look pretty good for the thumbnail, to be honest. We then had a load of pieces of ores, right? So we made them all into chunks. I made this huge wall of furnaces, and we cooked all of them up and put them all in this chest once they were cooked up. So you can see we're now filled with riches. So now with all our ores and plenty of iron, we go to the village and we give them a few iron golems. Because, you know, since this is day 100, we're not going to be here. Somebody's got to look after our beautiful villagers. So now they're set up and prepared with some iron golems. And boys, that brings us to the end of day 100. Boys, if you've enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe, and notifications, whatever. We're trying to get maybe 50k, even 100k this year would be crazy. But I hope you enjoy, man. And another nice looking island. I don't know if it's better than the one block video. If you've seen my one block video, let me know in the comments, but yeah. Please, as per usual, have yourselves a damn good one.
Young Cudge, the boy with no boss, but I've been doing so good so far. She's so fine, but she got no car, so I'll just make the drive, but it's so far. Subpar like PGA, but still hot like the moms in PTA. She want an easy date, I'm in, see the way I've been acting differently, PTA. So tell me why I do these things for you, so tell me why. So tell me why.